I'm Angel Bhalerao. I'm studying in Poda International School in class 8. Today we are going to see the lesson A Fishy Story written by Jerome K.Jerome. But before watching this video in detail, don't forget to subscribe my channel. So let's start. A Fishy Story. The neighborhood of Strathley and Goring is a great fishing center. The river abounds in pike, roach, dace, gudgeon and eels, and you can sit and fish for them all day. Some people do, they never catch them. I never knew anybody who caught anything up the Thames except minnows and dead cats, but it has nothing to do with fishing. I'm not a good fisherman myself. I devoted a considerable amount of attention to the subject at one time, but the old hands told me that I will never be really good at it. They said that I was an extremely neat thrower. I have plenty of gumption and quite enough constitutional laziness. To gain any position as a Thames angler, I will require more imagination and more power of invention. Some people are under the impression that all that is required to make a good fisherman is the ability to tell lies easily. I knew a young man who had determined never to exaggerate his hauls by more than 25%. When I have caught 40 fish, I will tell that I have caught 50. But I will not lie any more than that, because it is sinful to lie, he said. But this plan did not work well, as the greatest number of fish I ever caught in one day was 3. You can't add 25% to 3, at least not in fish. So, to simplify matters, he will just double the quantity. He stuck to this arrangement for a couple of months, and then he grew dissatisfied. When he had caught 3 small fish and said he had caught 6, it used to make him quite jealous to hear a man whom he never knew for a fact had only caught 1, going about telling people that had landed 2 dozen. Eventually, he made one final arrangement, and that was to count each fish that he caught as 10 and to assume 10 to begin with. For example, if he did not catch any fish at all, then he said that he caught 10. You can never catch less than 10 fish by the system. That was the foundation of it. Then, if by chance he really did catch 1 fish, he called it 20, while 2 fish will count 30 and so on. One day, George and I went to a parlor and began chatting with an old fellow there. Then a pause ensued in the conversation, during which our eyes rested upon a dusty old glass case fixed high up above the chimney piece and containing a trout. "Ah," said the old gentleman, following the direction of my gaze. "Fine fellow that, ain't he?" George asked the old man how much he thought it weighed. 18 pounds and 6 ounces, he said. He continued, "I caught him just below the bridge with a minnow. Don't you see? You don't see many fish that size about here now." And out he went and left us alone. We were still looking at the trout when a local carrier who had just stopped at the parlor also looked at that fish. "Good-sized trout," said George, turning around him. "Maybe you weren't here, sir, when that fish was caught?" asked the man. "No," we told him. "We were strangers in the neighborhood." "Ah," said the carrier. "It was nearly 5 years ago that I caught that trout." "Oh, was it you who caught that then?" said I. "Yes, sir," he replied. "I caught him just below the lock leastways. Well, you see, he weighed 26 pounds. Good night, gentlemen." 5 minutes afterwards, a third man came in and described how he had bleakly caught it early one morning, and then he left and a stolid, Solomon-looking, middle-aged individual came in and sat down over by the window. None of us spoke for a while, but George turned to the newcomer and said, "Will you tell us how you have caught that trout up there?" "Who told you I caught that trout?" was a surprised query. We said that nobody had told us so, but somehow we felt instinctively that it was he who had done it. And then he went on and told us how it had taken him half an hour to land it and how it had broken his rod. He said that it had weighted 34 pounds. When he was gone, the landlord came in to us. We told him the various histories we had heard about his trout, and we all laughed very heartily. And then he told us the real story of the fish. It seems that he had caught it when he was quite a lad. At this point, he was called out of the room, and we again turned our gaze upon the fish. The more we looked at it, the more we marveled at it. It excited George so much that he climbed up on the back of a chair to get a better view of it. And then the chair slipped and George clutched wildly at the trout case to save himself. And down it came with a crash. George and the chair on the top of it. The trout lay shattered into 1,000 fragments. We thought it strange and uncountable if it had been stuffed trout, but it was not. That trout was made of plaster of Paris. Okay friends, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, then hit the like button, share with your friends, and if you have any suggestions for me, please write in the comment box. Bye. Have a good day. Thanks for watching my video.